Welcome to the shop. Hope you're having a great day. Alright, time to get back on this bad boy and get some handles put on it. I was thinking I was going to do carbon fiber or snake wood or some other woods, but I've never worked with desert ironwood. If you watched the last video, I was showing all the options, but yeah, it's time to get on this and do handles. I'm not a fan of doing wooden handles or carbon. Man, it's just such a mess, but it's got to be done if you want to make knives. Or you just start doing folders. Either way, speaking of folders, I got these up on my website. This one right here, and this one right here. I think there's another one too, but that's up in my room. I got to put these up there too, but I keep shooting videos, and yeah. Bam, bam. I'll put my website up in the cards. It's the first down in the description. I got Amazon links to all the tools I use, stuff like that, and yeah. Do me a favor, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, like, leave some comments, let me know what's going on with your knife making. Alright, let's get to it. Here we go. Boom, got our two pieces. First thing we're gonna do is lay this out. I think there used to be tape on here, I think I got it off. I don't see tape, it's just the outline. But I'll have to hit that on the disc grinder after I get this drawn out. It looks like this way. Now I just gotta figure out if I want it like this. Yeah, I think I'll do it like that. I have that knot at the bottom and this knot at the bottom. So boom, boom. Since we got some wood here, we can draw on it with a pencil. I've had this pencil probably good Lord, when was I a carpenter last? 2006, 2007? I keep finding these pencils that I used to have. Anytime they drop off lumber, they drop off of pencils. Or a big old roll of them. I make it big because I'm just going to bring it down like that. But that's alright. You know, we can cut it however you want it. So we got that. I see this knot at the bottom here, so. Oop. To the bandsaw. Here we go. Got it all marked out. Let's cut it. I always make sure to cut it on the outside of the lines. Big time, you know. I usually use big thick marker and then cut on the outside of that, but we'll just have to, you know, go slow and cut on the outside of this. Here we go. I had to stop and use a pen to mark it out because I couldn't see the lines. But that's alright. Let's go to the drill press. I'm gonna show you, I only do one side at a time and then drill all the way through. I'll show you as we set it up. Alright, I got screws right here. Boom. To hold it together. We're gonna drill through 1/4 inch. Make sure they line up with my 1, 2, 3 blocks. It's just easier than, you know, when you have it clamped, you need something to lift it up. So I use 1, 2, 3 blocks, These are down in my Amazon links with everything else. So hang it, boom, we'll go one, then we'll put a bolt in, then we'll move the clamp. You know, a lot of people will put both pieces of wood under one side, but all it takes is one time something being a little bit crooked, and then all of a sudden your scales are off, or you know, one's hanging up, or your bolt's like this instead of straight, and you'll start taking a few extra steps. It's only a couple extra steps, and I haven't had a problem so far. All right, let's do it. Boom, bolt in there, move the clamp to hold the bolt, move it to this side, I got a bolt on both sides. Now I can move this a little bit so we don't have to worry about that hitting. This last one, I had to move it off a little bit because I wasn't in a good spot. Let's go put the other piece on. So you can see I got 1/4-inch bolts to hold it. I got my clamps down. I had to use bigger clamps because it's on both sides. So we'll just drill through one, take this bolt out, put it through all the way through. Then we can move this a little bit, and yeah, once it's there, yeah, move this a little bit, drill this one out, move the clamp, and you'll see. Get that lined up. Here we go. Oops, looks like I got dropped my table a bit. Almost dropped the knife on my foot. All right. Now's a good time to double check and make sure everything's covered. Especially if you drop the knife or drop things. Down here it doesn't matter because we're cutting it up. So, you know, it's cutting back to here. So, well, for me, you gotta make them how you want them. Here we go. Boom, there we go. Let's go put these things on pivots. Yeah, man. So when I went to put in my pivots to hold the handles, they're a little loose. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wind these. This is another thing I learned from Ecom Knives. You're taking, what are they? I think they're like, they're rotary drill bits. They have the head on them. So that'll kind of split it out. And we're gonna make them bigger. That way the holes will countersink, or the screws will countersink. I can't think. We're just gonna widen this one and this one. Don't do your lanyard hole. Alright, I'm gonna do the other two and I'll meet you at the grinder. So there we go, our screws are in, everything's tight, we're ready to go. I got my tool rest all squared up, boom. It's kind of hard when you got the wheel that's small, you gotta have to kind of eyeball it to make sure it's straight. But we're good, so yeah, small wheel attachment and then we'll move to the bigger one. I don't even mess with my spines or anything until, you know, when I start working on the handles. You'll see me when I get to the bigger wheel pulling it through like that. All right, let's do it. This stuff shouldn't be called desert ironwood, it should be called desert dog shit. Good Lord. Alright, let's get the big wheel on there. Now, if you don't have a horizontal grinder, I showed in the first video how to do it in here and how to set up if you have just a vertical. So there's ways to do it, but if you got a horizontal, do the best, you know, use the best you got. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to take it apart, put these two together, and then cut this on the bandsaw, you know, mark it out how I want it, cut it, and I'll be back. We'll take this off. Alright, I had to get another 50. Like I said, these are worn actually, so it's not really that big of a deal. They're going in the trash anyway. But this desert ironwood seems to be pretty rough on them. So now, you see I cut it down, and before I took the table off, I rounded it out. And what I do, I don't put it back on the knife necessarily, but I'll line it up. Because see, here's my plunge line. I want to make sure I'm back from that. So here's how it's going to line up and how it's going to look. So that's good for me. And you don't have to do them together if you don't want to. I just like it because that way I can compare one side to the other. I'd be like this, oh okay, and then look and see how they're coming down. But you don't want to go over. I would leave a 1/16 between each one. So when you put it back on the knife, then you can, you know, tune it all in. You don't want to go all the way to the edge. You leave a little bit, like a 1/16 or so. That desert iron was tough. I'm gonna put another 50 on here, or another, I mean they're worn 50s, but still. I'm gonna put the small wheel attachment, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Ooh, it's gonna be looking good. I kind of shaped it, brought it in here. You can see it's about a 1/16 inch away from the center. That way when I put it on the knife, we can round it and shape it and get it all, you know, I just want it kind of symmetrical. You can see it comes down here symmetrical. I haven't touched here, but here it comes in symmetrical. Just needs a little thing. I brought it in, you know, look at that body shape. Woo! Look at those hips. So I've edited it up to this part. This camera was out of focus for a bit, but luckily I got most of it on this camera, so it kind of worked out pretty good. There's a couple times where I went like this, and I had to kind of fudge it, but that's alright. So all we gotta do is kick it in here, get this all cleaned up, and the rest is hand sanding. Maybe I'll do a montage of hand sanding, but if you watch my channel, you know how much I hate to hand sand. Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna have to see if I can move this. All I'm doing is cutting into that. I want to be able to take it off. Now I just have to hold it on this side and kind of squeeze it. But we should be alright. See, this side we only hit it a little bit. I'm not even cutting that part out. That was funny. That didn't spell out right as I said that. Alright, here we go. That feels good. Yeah, man, it locks right on in. So all that's left is hand sanding. Boom. This one comes back a little bit more than there, but once we hand sand it all out, it'll all fit in. Yeah, man. Not too bad. To the hand sanding. All right. Got my trusty little hand sanding thing up here. I've used it for blades, everything. Got my sandpaper, my ND filter. Don't need these over here, only where all the light is. So the rest is just gonna be high speed so I can turn my music back on and yeah, man. Cut some pieces up. Let's see, 120, 220, 400. And if I need to, I guess I got 600 here. We'll see. I got all the way up to 2,000, but we'll see. I'll probably stop at like 600. All right, here we go. I had to turn the music off for a second. I got my Knifemaker's vice out, well, the one I made. It looks real bad, but it works real good. Spins around. Boom. Good to go. Alright, I got the fronts here up to a 400 on the board. So now let's take it and do this. Alright, back to my music. Ooh, there we go. She's looking pretty. Yeah, man. Whew, I should have started on Kydex, but if you follow me on Instagram, you know I started these. Got the backspacers done and everything. It's like Sunday. I almost forgot to do this outro. I got so caught up in doing these. But that's alright. You need to take a day off to relax. Anyway, so next will be Kydex and all that. But make sure to leave your questions. I think I got 6 or 7 questions. So tomorrow I'm going to start filming the knife making questions video and all that and answer your questions. I'll be putting your names in the video and all that because I'm horrible with names. So yeah, make sure to leave your questions if you got any so I can get them in that one. Then we'll do Kydex and hammer this thing up and etch it and all that stuff and sharpen it, and yeah, we should be on our way. Yeah, man. Alright, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff we tell you. I'll make sure to put my website up in the cards. It's the first down in the description. I went on my website to check the other day. Something was messed up, so it wasn't going to the shirts and all that stuff. I don't know how long it's been like that, but I fixed all that, so now you can go to, Amazon links, you can go to shirts, all that stuff. It's all up on my website. Alright, let's see. I'll put the playlist right here for the rest of this build, and my website's right here. Hope y'all are having a great day, and as always, take it easy.